Travel now to Planet X. A barren land laid to waste by the vile brute known as Monster Zero. The underground inhabitants of this unfortunate orb have but one hope. The destructive duo of Godzilla and Rodan. Behold, Godzilla versus Monster Zero.
Welcome, troopers, to episode 24 of Real Jumpers, your favorite comedic sci-fi podcast. I am your commanding officer, Terner, Thompson, and joining me today are my elite squad mates. Jumpers, introduce yourselves.
Holy shit, we're back. My voice is dead.
We back with the Godzilla, baby!
You're about to be dead. I kind of wish we weren't. Did you hear those screeches in the movie? Jesus Christ.
No, we'll talk about that later. My ears are bleeding.
All right, everyone, sound off. You get introduce yourselves for the new year.
Holy shit, I'm actually at the top of the turn order for once because my name for today is Gamer Goo.
You're right.
Sup, boys? I'm Dom. Welcome to 2026. Happy to have you here. I got stuck in traffic for like 40 minutes today, and I'm here to talk about Godzilla.
40? Damn.
Yeah, California.
What's up, fellow jumpers? Dion here, aspiring voice actor, and here to make fun of all the that Turner makes us watch.
Hey everyone, Dennis here, your resident Gundam and mech expert. Always here to continually on lizards and prove that robots are superior.
You kiss my ass.
Debatable.
My dog disagreed with you.
Technically, you don't have a dog.
My name is Terner Thompson, and I am a visual effects artist, specifically a digital compositor.
What's up, guys? It's me, Steve. I got sick over the holidays, and my voice hasn't fully recovered yet. If my voice cracks like some prepubescent boy, that's just how it is right now, and it sucks. But on a more serious note, I have something to talk about.
What do you have to talk about?
Every day, millions of people are affected by FOMO.
I know.
This pandemic that has swept over our planet has been going on for far too long. We at Real Jumpers aim to end this pandemic. We can only do it with your guys' help. Please, subscribe to our Patreon to help end this horrible disease at patreon.com/realjumperspodcast. That is REELJUMPERSPODCAST. Please, don't add to FOMO and subscribe today.
Isn't what you just did the literal definition of FOMO?
So, guys, we've been at this for over a year now. Our year anniversary was a while ago, but I'm very proud to say that we're starting fresh in 2026. This is going to be our first episode of 2026. It's going to be our first episode tackling Godzilla again for, as it's been a while, but we're going back to the roots of our show. And for those who are seeing this on YouTube, you're going to notice that we have decided to go back to doing full video podcasts, or at least, the montage of images to help you give something to watch while you're looking at it. Because don't you guys hate it when you're listening to a podcast and all the guys are on? It's like, here, I'm going to share this image, and I want you guys all to react to it. And they're all like, whoa, that image is crazy. And you're like, what are they looking at?
Anytime someone listens to our podcast on Spotify and Amazon Music and iHeartRadio.
Oh, yeah, we're all over the place. So we're going to be going back to that. In fact, we have been consulting with a new member of our crew. Her name is Lynn Reynolds, and she is our new design consultant who is going to be assisting me and, improving our show for the year 2026.
Where's the next episode of Halo?
Well, when we get to it, okay?
I want to do it now.
Well, then you're going to have to help me write that script. Anyway, other news, we have an animator. For those who are, who have been watching our show for a while, you probably noticed we had our first animated short, and it popped off. People really liked it. So we're going to keep making more. Huge shout out to our animator, Justin Liriano. He's an awesome artist. I love his work, and I can't wait to keep making more stuff with him. We also updated our logo recently. We hired an artist. Her name was Schweitzer, and she did a phenomenal job updating the artwork. I love it. I think it's a great new logo. I mean, it's very evocative of our old one, but I feel very proud of this one. It's very stylized. I like it.
Terner, it was Liriano. We just went over this.
Liriano.
It's fine.
Damn it.
Keep it. No, keep it.
We did literally just go over this like a minute before we started.
Justin Liriano. This guy is awesome. Check out his work on his website. We'll link all this crap in the description.
Oh, now you're calling our animator crap?
It came out that Dom had put one single pixel at 0 capacity that Terner didn't like, and so he swapped over from Dom's to someone else's.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I did actually do that. For those who don't know the lore of our channel, I'm the one who designed the very first artworks that we used, and just to spite Terner, I did put a single pixel of a layer on a text file that just says F you, and I put it at like 1% opacity and put it like in the corner of the artwork. We knew it was there.
Troll.
Okay, and the last thing to announce, we actually have a new tier in our Patreon. That's the $1 donation tier. It's literally there if you guys just want to throw us $1. You're not going to get any perks, but, you know, sometimes $5 looks intimidating.
We appreciate it, nonetheless.
We would very much appreciate it. Anything helps. Our show is, again, still very small and growing, and literally anything helps. You can like, comment, subscribe, follow, hype point. Please give us a hype point. I'm begging you. Please give us hype.
We are the hype.
Manifest, baby.
Terner is on his hands and knees right now, knocking over all of his Warhammer 40,000 miniatures, begging for you to do anything. Look at him. Look at him and laugh.
For $1, you can laugh at him.
For $1, you can save a poor homeless Terner.
And support his great plastic crack addiction.
All proceeds will go to buying and painting more minis.
Shut up.
Look at my fields and behold the amount of armies I have yet to paint.
You know, we should set that as a Patreon stretch goal. If we get to like 1,000 followers, you'll paint a Godzilla mini or something.
Do it.
I would love that. Oh, speaking of Patreon supporters, we have like 4 of them now. Like, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Like, it means the world to us to have people willing to give us money for our silly show that I think is pretty funny. Do you guys think our show is funny? I think it's pretty funny.
I'm funny, you guys aren't.
That's the funniest thing you've said yet.
No, he is the funniest. I try, but I fail.
I think we've covered just about everything. The only thing that's left to say is that everything we say on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Any alternative facts we present are for your amusement, so feel free to correct us in the comments below. Do you guys have anything to say before we get started today?
Speaking of 40K, we should ask our community if maybe they want to see... what was that thing on Amazon Prime that they did with all the video games?
Oh, secret levels?
Yeah! Oh, we should ask our community if they want us to do an episode on that. It fits our sci-fi theme.
Actually, yeah. If you guys have something that you want to recommend us to watch, if we like it, we maybe do an episode.
Secret level would definitely be super quick. It's like 20 minutes. We could knock that out in like 40 minutes given us.
Okay, then, last thing I wanted to say is I forgot to mention what movie we're watching today. We watched Godzilla vs. Monster Zero, or Invasion of the Astro Monster, or Godzilla vs. the Astro Monster, or Godzilla vs. the Cosmic Monster. There's a lot of different titles for this
God, this reminds me of when they wait till the very end to use the title card.
No, it should be renamed to Godzilla versus your eardrums.
Godzilla versus common sense.
This stuff does not bother me as much as you guys, but you guys can explain it later. All right. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, gear up. We're jumping back into the Showa era of Godzilla. This is Real Jumpers. Now let's drop. All right, I'm going to give you a brief history about this movie because I think most people don't really like that, but I still want to talk about it. All right.
This is my show. You.
Call you. All right. So things start back in 1965. By this point, the Godzilla franchise is massive, but the issue is, even though it's big, the return on investment isn't as big as Toho would like. It's starting to bleed money due to all the special effects. They needed cash. Enter a guy named Henry G. Saperstein. Saperstein was an American producer of a famous animation studio and other productions called UPA, the studio that was responsible for Mr. Magoo.
He was also the real G.
That's gotta be made up. Mr. Magoo, that sounds like a meme format. I'm sorry.
That's a real thing.
It sounds like a Dr. Seuss character.
That's your new Gamer Subs flavor, Mr. Magoo.
Gamer Subs, please sponsor us and name my flavor Flatline.
We have so many ideas for flavors.
I want my flavor to be this shit is blue.
Terner and I came up with that joke so long ago. His would be this shit is blue or this shed is blue. So get past the censors, and mine would be Gamer Goo to rhyme with it.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Come join our latest collab with Gamer Fuel. Not actually sponsored. It's gonna be this shed is blue and Gamer Goo.
No, I was meaning to ask you, what happened to perp stuff?
I like perp stuff, but I want to rhyme with Terner.
Along with the 0% friction lube.
Oh yeah, that'd be your flavor.
We're getting off topic, but I love that. Okay, so he said, basically he went to Toho and he said, I love the movies, but the audience keeps rooting for Godzilla like he's a hero. You should make him one and you'll be making bank. This is a huge deal because the Invasion of the Astro Monster became the first joint American-Japanese production for a Godzilla movie. In fact, Saperstein worked with Toho on a previous movie called Baragon vs. Frankenstein, which is a movie that I might make you guys watch in the lead up to Destroy All Monsters.
Who the hell is Baragon?
Baragon's awesome. I love him.
Baragon.
I think Terner showed him or us a picture of him before. We may have talked about it once.
There's this really cute thing about Baragon. You should
That's
look
what
up.
Baragon looks like. I've seen him.
You should look up what the actress who played Baragon in GMK would do on set while in the Baragon costume. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'll probably play a clip for the audience.
Why is Frankenstein 50 meters tall?
Oh yeah, I've seen him in a Godzilla game.
Yeah, he's cool.
Right? Isn't he in Destroy All Monsters?
Yeah, he's in Destroy All Monsters briefly.
I knew it. No, I'm talking about the game.
Oh yeah, he's in this. Well, not Destroy All Monsters. He was in Save the Earth.
Okay.
He's also in Unleashed.
Goddamn, we're getting off topic. Saperstein reportedly put up about 50% of the budget for Invasion of the Astro Monster, but he had conditions that he told Toho that the scripts were too boring, and he said, cut the scientific conferences, I want action and I want it faster, which is ironic because
That is not what happened.
this movie has some bad pacing issues.
Like, damn.
Oh, for someone who wanted less scientific conferences and more action, there's more science in this movie than action.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, damn, they did not listen to his ass. I think they added more.
The action doesn't come until the tail end.
I mean, like, some stuff kind of happens throughout, but no, it's got the same problem a lot of other monster movies have, where, like, they lead into the human side of stuff way too much, and most of the movie is just the humans going around not actually doing anything.
The first piece of actual action doesn't happen until literally halfway through the movie.
That is kind of
I am looking at the track right now. It is actually like almost precisely halfway.
It's like scary how perfectly halfway it is.
Any more halfway, and it would be halfway.
It'd be a halfway house.
All right, so Saperstein was interested in the Godzilla IP and putting up like 50% of the budget to help Toho make the film. But part of his deal was that they had to cast an American actor as one of the leads, which is the same thing he did for the other movie that he helped fund, Baragon versus Frankenstein. This actor was named Nick Adams, and he played the astronaut Glenn. Now, funny story about Nick Adams. Nick Adams was a legitimate Hollywood guy, and he was good friends with Elvis Presley and James Dean, but his career was kind of sliding at this point, so he took a job in Japan, desperately hoping it would be his comeback. And this is where the drama starts, because it turns out that Nick Adams falls hard for his co-star Kumi Mizuno, or Mizuno? Whatever. I'm good.
Mizuno.
My guy, you gotta practice these in advance.
Good friends with Elvis Presley. What an odd piece of trivia.
Yeah. She is the actress who plays Miss Namakawa and the alien from Planet X. And they had incredible chemistry on screen, and there were heavy rumors that they were having an affair because Nick Adams was married at the time, and Kumi was also engaged to someone else. So it turns out that these rumors led to Nick Adams having a divorce when he got back home to the U.S.
Oh no. I thought of a really bad joke. He gets back home to the U.S. He gets off the plane. Hi, honey. How was your trip? Oh, it was nice. We filmed Godzilla. Did she keep the suit on during?
Oh, nice.
I love how Terner took a second to realize the
No, I
joke.
was role-playing as Nick in that situation.
I thought
He's
you
like,
were-
what?
I thought you took a second to think. I was like, wait, what are you talking about?
No, I'm on the up and up. And unfortunately, Nick Adams, 2 years after filming The Invasion of the Astro Monster in 1968, was found dead in his apartment from a drug overdose at age 36.
Damn.
And it's a cold case because to this day, they think it might be an accident. They think it might have been the word I can't say on YouTube, or it might have been murder.
Unalive.
Yes, unalive.
That's depressing.
Let's just say this. He clicked exit game. That's the word I'm trying not to say.
Alt
And
F4.
deleted System
F4.
32.
He tried to delete his own System 32. Let's go with that.
He deleted the Goku picture, the system files.
Yeah.
No, he deleted Goku out of Guilty Gear files.
Why did that remind me of that episode of Game Grumps where Aaron clicked end by mistake?
No, wait, I thought of another one. Babe, can we please have normal sex tonight? No, put on the Godzilla costume.
Not to make fun of this guy's death.
Honey, it was fun the first 5 times, but I'm trying. Can we do something else? No!
That'd be Terner.
Shut up.
Babe, I want to do the kaiju slammer again.
Shut up, shut up, shut the up. To lighten the mood, I'm going to talk about probably the most infamous thing from this entire movie. Do you remember when Godzilla did that silly little dance?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
So apparently that comes from a popular manga at the time. It was, it was called,
Terner, you wrote the script.
I knew how to pronounce it like an hour ago. God damn it.
What happened between then and now?
Osumatsu-kun. There we go. And it was prepared by it was performed by a character called Liama.
You mean Liami?
Liami?
Liami.
Oh my god. I love Japanese culture. Why am I terrible?
Dude, Japanese letters literally sound the same every time you use them.
That's true. And she would shout Shie. And this was essentially a meme at the time. Like, this was like a meme, and this is a 60s meme in Japan. How obscure is that? And it was such a cultural phenomenon that it was infamously put into Godzilla. Yoshio...
Yoshio.
God, Garrett, you're going to have to go back and, cut out all of this and then actually add the correct pronunciation every time.
He has his work cut out for him this time.
Whatever. I'm not cutting this out. This is gold.
Yoshio Shishie. Oh my. Yoshio. The actor who played the controller for Planet X suggested incorporating the pose. The special effects director, Eiji Tsuburaya, agreed, and he wanted to do it because it would appeal to children. And Ishiro Honda hated it.
Honda, I agree with Honda, man.
At least you got Ishiro Honda's name right.
No, they didn't get it right. Remember, they f***ed it up again.
No, I mean, Terner got it right. Ironically, since the movie can't seem to.
No, but I think this time, despite all the other movies, this was intended.
Yeah.
Because he hated it. Everyone loved it.
This has to be a running joke.
He hated it so much they forced him to misspell his name.
Interesting thing, despite the fact that this movie had co-funding from an American studio, they still ran out of cash, and you probably noticed that there was some reused footage.
Oh,
Yeah.
And we can talk about that later.
oh, we noticed.
A few.
This is one of the first movies where they actually reuse footage from a previous movie.
Doesn't feel like it.
It is, pretty much.
There were plenty of other movies.
No, it only came from one.
You literally said that there's some of it was from Rodan.
Yeah, from Rodan. That's all it came from.
I think what he means is that all of the reused footage was from Rodan, but it just appears multiple times.
Yeah. So an interesting thing, it turns out, despite the fact that Henry Saperstein was desperate to get this movie to go, it released in December of 1965 in Japan, but it didn't come out into the U.S. until 1970 because Saperstein could not find a distributor who believed in it. And when it finally dropped in 1970, they had to change the name from Invasion of the Astro Monster to Godzilla vs. Monster Zero to make it sound cooler.
What?
All right.
It's about the same level of cool, if you ask me.
Yeah. Last fun fact, Nick Adams was not dubbed over for the English. That's just him talking in the movie.
Just some dude it was.
Just some dude it was.
I was looking at their mouths to see if what they were saying matched up, and yeah.
Yeah, that's just legitimately him. They did dub over him for the Japanese because, Japanese people don't speak English, but,
I was about to say, don't tell me, in the initial release of this movie, all of his Nick Adams lines was just in pure English. In the Japanese cinema, everyone could not understand what he was saying.
No, don't worry. They dubbed over him.
The movie would have made no money. You want to flop a film? That's how you flop a film.
All right, so we can do the plot. As a quick aside, I really liked how we handled Predator Badlands. The flow we had between people taking over the story was really good. So if you guys just want to do it, go for it.
The movie opens with theramids, the most horrible sound on the planet.
Oh, you. Theramids are awesome.
Theramids are fine. It's just when the music crescendoed into ear-blasting loud, it went from, mezzo piano to fortissimo.
Yeah.
I would like some 4 with my Tissimo.
Transition to classic Ikefube-style Godzilla motifs. And the English get Ishiro Honda's name wrong again for the umpteenth time. Cue the Dragon Ball Z abridged. Do I hear 5 Vegeta meme?
We can't reuse that. You used that in our last video.
Now put it up on the screen again.
Get some new material.
Lots of space imagery, UFOs, rocket ships, and infrastructure were typical of space, as the film was heavily inspired by a lot of ongoing space race, especially after JFK announced his plans to go to the moon in 1961, and we didn't make it there until 1969. So hey, better late than never, I say.
Given the hindsight that we have about that, it's kind of funny because just across the next couple of scenes, Turner and all of us have talked about it a lot, but because Godzilla and all these other friggin' monsters keep showing up, in this timeline, humanity is way more advanced than they typically would be, and they've just got spaceships capable of going to Jupiter and Planet X within a reasonable amount of time. And then, 5 years later, we'd actually go to the moon.
It's all because Godzilla straight up jump-started the arms race for technology, man. That motherfucker exists. That's not acceptable.
Remember what happened to Relisica, the country that never exists anymore?
Oh my god, Mothra f***ed that place up.
What do you think happened?
Whether or not it could take on Godzilla. Godzilla became the freaking Metagate.
Godzilla Gate.
He defines the meta now.
The new Silicon Valley.
Can it take on Godzilla? Then it's not meta!
The devs bans the Oxygen Destroyer and ruins the meta.
Dude, ever since the Oxygen Destroyer meta, the game's just never been the same. I don't like it anymore.
After all this big intro stuff, we learn that there is a new planet that has been recently discovered. And it just so happens it was hiding behind Jupiter this entire time, which kind of makes sense. If there was a planet that had perfect orbit that matched that of Jupiter, we probably would never know about it until we sent satellites into the solar system. So, it makes sense. So, somehow mankind has discovered Planet X. Astronauts Fuji and Glenn are already well into their journey on the P-1 rocket as to go see Planet X because they're like, F it, let's go find out what's there. And we see that they called the World Space Authority back on Earth. I love the old school tech in these movies. Like, dude, I love old 60s sci-fi tech. It's so, it reminds me a lot of Star Trek, the original series, and I love that stuff.
Star Trek and Back to the Future.
Yeah, I love that, man.
God, wait. For a hot set, just since you mentioned Back to the Future. Back to the Future was set in 2015. You know what we had in 2015? Disappointment, not hoverboards.
I don't want to disappoint you, man, but you're talking about Back to the Future too.
No, we had hoverboards, just not the kind that we wanted.
In name only.
Name only. Wait, when was Back to the Future 1 set? 2010?
It was like
2000 something.
It was like the 90s or the 80s, and they went back to the 60s because they had to get back to the future.
Oh god, now I look stupid.
Wasn't the one that they went to the future the 2016?
Yeah, it was 2015. They went to 2015 in number 2. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm thinking of the second one. Yeah, you're right. Whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry. Small side tangent. Godzilla.
Anyway, so they call Earth and they're like, "Yo, what's up, man? We've been out here for 3 months, but you know what? Things are great. We're on our way to Planet X in the Scorpion constellation, which this means absolutely nothing, and it's just random space jargon because they're still in the solar system. I hate Americans and their. I just wish people would do their research.
Gotta sound fancy.
3 months to get all the way to like past Jupiter? That's pretty crazy.
That's insane. Also, they have exactly 0 lag when talking to Earth, so they have the same thing that we complain about in the Halo series.
Oh, yeah.
Fuji calls back, and he's asking about his sister, Haruno, and they tells her not to do anything foolish until he gets back. The head scientist actually lies and says that she's not there, and then she later complains that her brother treats her like a child, and it's all because she's dating a man.
If she's dating a guy that he does not like, that all in all seems he's trying to invent something that feels like it will actually do good.
It could do good.
It's just not big and bombastic like discovering a new planet.
No, we know what he's inventing, but we can't say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say.
During this whole time, when they were talking in the spaceship, I was trying to figure out are they bilingual or what's going on? And no, it's just they can understand the white guy and the white guy can understand the Japanese people for some reason, and they each talk in their own respective languages throughout the entire movie.
No, they speak English the whole movie. It's dubbed. Did you see Invasion of the Astro Monster or Godzilla vs. Monster Zero?
What? I didn't say the movie name.
God damn it. Whatever.
Also, a disclaimer. Instead of constantly complaining about sudden, loud, high-pitched noises the entire goddamn film, I'm just going to say that I was warned beforehand by Terner about them, so I watched this on my phone instead of on my computer with a headset or earbuds. And this film was barely tolerable. I'm going to talk about it one more time near the end. I'm just going to leave it at that so I don't take up too much time.
You got it.
I'll join you on that.
So we then cut to Tetsuo, an inventor, and Haruno's boyfriend, as he just completed his latest invention, the world's most annoying sound ever conceived.
I did like the transition they made from the rocket to the club. I thought that was really good, considering that all the other movies, they just jump cut.
It's like they're learning. They're learning as they create.
Well, remember when we watched the Japanese version of Godzilla vs. Kong and we realized that like all those jump cuts don't exist because the Japanese actually know how to edit their movies, and it's usually because the Americans butcher it?
Just like in real life, the Americans ruin everything.
Later, the head scientist has talked to a bunch of reporters, and he's like, the reason why we cannot see Planet X is because it's dark. Well, I thought it was behind Jupiter. Okay. It's like, we found it because of radio waves, and possible that that this planet is the reason for Earth's weird magnetic disturbances. That's a reference to the last movie.
That also doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Jupiter is so goddamn far away that if it was actually affecting Earth's magnetic field, I think we'd have some kind of phenomenon on our hands. We should be able to harness this energy.
It would be even bigger problem if a planet, like what you were saying, if Jupiter being far away from the Earth. If affecting the Earth itself, we have a bigger problem on our hands, and we should find a planet, like, now.
Right? Like, the moon makes sense because it's right there, but Jupiter? Really? It's way too far.
Well, they're not even talking about Jupiter. They're talking about Planet X is causing it.
It's behind Jupiter.
Yeah.
And even so, even if it's behind Jupiter, of course no one's going to see it. It's literally behind something. Just because we have the technology to go around it doesn't mean they can't see through the planet.
Exactly. So they're trying to... Basically, a bunch of people who don't know science are trying to explain how they recently discovered it through radio waves or some shit. And there's like, people are like, yo, is there aliens there? And he's like, I don't know. Could be. Yeah, so then we have a transition to the dinner date that Steve was talking about. Tetsuo reveals to Haruno that he sold his invention to World Education Corporation, a toy company. And there they meet a representative for WEC. It's Miss Namikawa. And she's there to sign the papers and say that the payment will be made to Tetsuo once the invention is marketed. Which means he's not getting the money now. That's born for later.
It all comes down to money.
Meanwhile, the actress for Namikawa is very pretty.
Very pretty, yes.
Wait, Dennis, do you want to tell your knee slapper of a joke that Turner loved?
Not yet.
He's holding on to it for later.
I know exactly when.
So Tetsuo is getting the contract for Namikawa, and it's for $100,000. That's over $1 million in today's money.
Yay, inflation.
Yay! And Haruno is confused. It's like, why would a stupid noisemaker be worth that much? And Tetsuo's like, you underestimate me.
That's a good goddamn question.
You underestimate my power.
Because it needs to be enough money to be relevant for the plot.
I hate the voice that they have, the dub of the guys. Like, they make him such like the classic, like, oh, what am I gonna do? Like that kind of voice. Like
The classic nerdy dude trope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know for a fact that with the voice he has, he got bullied a ton when he was in school.
It's kind of mean.
That's what he sounds like. At least the dub of him.
Dennis, were you the school bully?
I was the one who fought back a lot. I did get into a lot of fights when I was a kid.
He's trauma dumping in Maine?
I'm not.
No, stop him. All right, so we're back in space. Glenn and Fuji are approaching Jupiter, and Planet X is, like, shockingly really close to Jupiter. So it makes it look like it's a moon. Okay, I'll cut them some slack here. Maybe people just don't understand distances and space and but, like, it's not adding up.
It's too close.
This distance, it's like, I'm surprised it hasn't been sucked into Jupiter.
It would be sucked in at that range.
It's just a camera's perspective. It's like objects in mirror are closer than they appear, you know?
Oh, it's that crazy dolly zoom effect?
Yeah.
Copium.
Which one of it was you that commented that the ship, like the thruster to ship ratio, just did not look? Yeah, Dennis.
Me.
Dennis got so mad.
Listen, I grew up with Star Wars, Star Trek especially, and Mass Effect.
Thruster to ship ratio can mean two things.
The thrusters mean it means a lot when it comes to space travel. Steve, shut the hell up. But when it comes to this ship, it makes no sense because you would think with the design of it, okay, you have the main one and you have the legs of the ship being like smaller ones. So that way it makes sense if they go full blast to go into space or they reach escape velocity. But no, the main thruster is just one big tube and the legs are just landing gear. How the does that make sense? Even Star Trek got it right with its weird-ass designs for ships.
We have a buddy who is like hardcore into like Kerbal Space Program, and if we showed him this ship, he'd shit his pants.
He would. He absolutely would.
So they start the landing sequence, which I'm going to be honest, the landing sequence for 1960s technology in Japan, that's kind of impressive. That's a really well done sequence considering the era. So they're about to land. Glenn says something kind of odd, and he's just like, it's like, I see a big blue patch. I can't tell if it's an ocean or a meadow. And I'm like, dude, that's clearly a rock. Oh, was this other funny thing earlier before they made their way to Planet X, they called back to WSA and they're like, after landing, may we act on our own judgment? And the first thing I thought to myself was like, if they say yes, I'm gonna draw a dick on the surface of Planet.
Let's be honest, everyone would. I definitely would.
What are they gonna do? Stop me? In order to do that, they need to spend millions of dollars.
By the time they finally get up here, I will have drawn the entire planet with dicks everywhere.
Oh wait, no. This next part is hilarious. So they land. They go through the whole process of like getting out of the ship. They have this like elevator thing that like takes them down. I forget what order they go in, but like I think it's Glenn goes first.
Fuji goes down first. It's Fuji.
So Fuji goes down first, checks it's safe, and then Glenn follows him. Fuji like takes 20 steps to the west, and he's just like, yes, this is a rock. And he turns around and they kidnapped the ship and Glenn. Like he's actually gone.
And before that, there's like lightning and shit all over the place. I thought to myself, if a planet has next to no atmosphere and there's lightning and shit, that must mean that there is some crazy ass geomagnetic or some sort of like static electric like forces happening on the surface of this planet that could be quite deadly. And you should get the out of there, dude.
You think they would have detected that before they got here?
You know what that's called? Jupiter itself.
Oh yeah. No, every planet in space just wants to kill you. The fact that Earth is as habitable as it is nothing short of a miracle. It rains diamonds on, like, what planet is it? Jupiter or Saturn? One of the planets in our solar system rains diamonds.
It's Saturn.
Yeah, Saturn.
Can you tell I was a space kid when I was growing up?
I like space too. I just don't remember all of it.
It's okay. His little space gun will protect him from the lightning.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
The dinky little 911.
Fuji came strapped, dude. It was. You could tell it was a co-production with America. They gave him a gun.
No, but so he turns around. The ship in Glenn, absolutely gone. He's as flummoxed as, you would be in this situation. Like, a multi-ton spaceship and another human being are, like, actually just not here anymore. And he's like, huh?
Honestly, I've read multiple conspiracy theories / creepypasta / r/no sleep stories that are exactly like this, except it's the moon landing.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of terrifying. Could you imagine being an ungodly distance away from home and the only other person that you had contact with is gone?
There's a game based on like a creepypasta or something that I've seen where you're on the moon, you're trying to get like samples of something, and you see on your like this radar something is approaching. It's pinging something, and it gets closer and closer and closer, and you start seeing glitching out, and you think you're hearing sounds, you think you see something coming in the distance, and you don't.
That's terrifying.
That's just alien isolation.
Hey.
But as a quick aside, we've talked about it so many times, but just the fun little bit of trivia about the moon landing is Neil Armstrong and what other astronaut was it, Terner? Buzz Aldrin. Like, we're just having some banter as Neil was like going in the little pod to like set foot on the moon. And he was just like, dude, you should totally call Houston and be like, what the is that thing? And then turn off your mic.
If you don't believe that's true, that's a real story, dude. It's my favorite thing about the moon landing.
This is why I know anyone who's gone up to space is a nerd.
All of them are nerds, dude.
Oh my god, if I was Neil Armstrong, I totally would have done it. Like, I love that bit of trivia.
No, not just that, but then you cut the another person to blood curling, screaming. Cut the mic off.
That would cause an international incident. I think riots would probably happen because that was live streamed.
Even better.
You two would be the bane of everyone in that control room.
Absolutely. So back on topic, Fuji actually is just like, what the and he gets just this inkling. He's standing there alone on a planet like literally millions of light years from home.
Not light years, more like miles.
Yeah, miles in this movie. And a voice pops into his head. Yo, Hello? Wrong number. Who dis? Is this the pizza place? No. But what actually happens is this weird moon rock, it ascends into an elevator like 20 feet away from him. And the voice is just like, do not be alarmed. Please step into the elevator. What if I don't? We have your ship. Get in the elevator.
No, I say no. Pulls out gun. Blue laser.
Laser. I'm embellishing the hell out of it. They don't really even threaten him. Like, the basic gist of it is just like, dude, what other choice do you have? Please get in the elevator. We don't mean you any harm. Just get in. And he's like, all right, fine. But you can tell he's straight up just like, if something jumps out of me, I'm shooting it.
Also, the voice just so happens to speak Japanese/English perfectly.
Yeah, perfectly.
Well, we know he literally calls himself the controller of Planet X. If anyone's gonna know another language, it's that dude.
And you speak Exian. How wonderful. Wow. Exian sounds just like English.
They go down below, and Fuji is guided by the light. Blinded by the light. Anyway, and he finds Glenn, and they're all like, what the hell's going on? And Fuji's like, why'd you take your helmet off, you dumbass? Have you not seen Prometheus? It's like, no, that movie doesn't come out until like 20-something. Wait, how do you know that? It's just a back and forth.
No, he saw the Magic School Bus episode where Arnold takes his helmet off on...
Damn it, I was gonna say that!
And instantly dies.
Yeah, he's dead.
Throughout the whole movie, the Planet Xillians are only proven to breathe Earth atmosphere.
Yeah.
Well, they live underground on Planet X, so like they have their own atmosphere because of their machines or whatever bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah, so they're led to a control room, and we see the most iconic aliens of Godzilla's history. There's plenty of more aliens. The only ones I would argue that are almost as iconic are the ones in charge of Mechagodzilla, but we'll get to that later.
When you started saying Mechagodzilla, I thought you were going to say in charge of Mexico.
Shut up.
You mean Venezuela?
Yes.
Yes, the aliens in charge of Mexico are the most iconic.
Anyway, so going forward, this movie's kind of remade like 3 more times. Like, they make 3 more movies that are basically just this movie again.
Oh, great. We have that to look forward to.
But it gets better each time.
All with a different enemy.
Oh, great. I can start off with the bread and then add the jelly and then the peanut butter, but I don't get a second slice of bread.
No, what you do is you double and triple decker it, continuously making an infinite sandwich.
Dude, Shaggy and Scooby would be in heaven.
Oh my god. Anyway, so we meet the controller of Planet X, played by Yoshio Tsuchiya. This guy loved being the controller of Planet X. He bragged that he went to space because of this role, and he was also the leader of the Mysterians from another Toho movie called The Mysterians. So he's been the evil overlord of aliens like twice in a row. Oh yeah, spoilers, they're evil.
As you couldn't tell after their conversation and telling them like, hey, don't worry, we're friendly, we have your ship, we just need your guys' help with something. We have like this amazing cure-all disease technology. We can take it back to Earth. The moment they're like, okay, we'll head back now, he immediately starts evil laughing.
I love that so much.
Wasn't the radio literally still on when he's evil?
No,
laughed?
that's a joke what we have.
Okay.
Last thing I'll say is that this guy fought tooth and nail to have this role because, I don't know, he was like typecast to be something else, but he was like, no, I want to do something sci-fi. I love sci-fi. He did lots of improv. The weird hand gestures that he would do was all made up by him. He would speak the made-up language of the Xillians is like, he would like improv German, French, and a whole bunch of other words into it. And like I said, he brags that he went to space because of it.
That's a guy who loves his job, mad respect.
Oh, so he did what you do, Turner. Tried to kiss ass as much as he could.
Yes, because I like being employed.
I don't blame him.
It's called income. Income is amazing. I get to do stuff.
You like being employed? This man likes being in evil overlords in space.
Exactly. They're having a conversation, but then they are interrupted by an alarm. Out of nowhere, they're all like, holy shit, he's back! What's going on? It's Zero. Who the hell's Zero? Oh, that's right. On our planet, we give things numbers instead of names. We have Monster Zero. We call it the demon of our galaxy, and it is the reason we cannot live on the surface. The tension then begins to build as the alarms sound and people are around, and fear sets in. We're invited to wonder, no, dread at the thought of what this new kaiju could possibly be. What is Monster Zero? A beast that hails from the inky cold depths of space? A creature that instills so much fear that a civilization on a planetary scale cowers in the dirt when it arrives. What could this new unholy beast possibly be? It's just King Ghidorah.
The googly heads.
Hi, Ghidorah.
I'm back.
Also, if I could go back a little bit, the second, so I take my notes as I watch the movie, and the second they said that they were pushed underground by whatever the hell it is, it made no sense because there was no evidence of any history of any civilization being on the surface.
I can actually explain that later.
It looks like they did a Tuchanka with Mass Effect, of where they nuked their planet to where now they have to live underground.
Close. So anyway, the two astronauts instantly recognize that that's Ghidorah, or excuse me, King Ghidorah. And the controller says that that's what you Earthlings call it, but here we call them Monster Zero. And I'm like, no, loser. A psychic ghost from Venus calls it King Ghidorah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And I love Fuji asks, well, can't you drive it away? And controller is like, if you know how, I'm all ears.
Oh, I if I was one of the astronauts, I would have said, oh, yeah, we have three ways how. How? Godzilla, Rodan, and Mothra.
That's pretty much exactly what he asks.
They didn't even mention Mothra.
Yeah, no. They did the power calculations and realized that Mothra was unnecessary.
If they had known, then they would have known that Mothra was the actual MVP in that fight.
All she did was bite his tail and soak him up. She didn't do anything.
Soaking him up was the reason he got driven away.
She also got Godzilla and Rodan to fight, period.
Oh, yeah, that's true. My job here is done, but you didn't do anything.
So the controller of Planet X beseeches Glenn and Fuji, is like, please, ask your people to give us Monster 01 and Monster 02 to drive off King Ghidorah, also known as Godzilla and Rodan. And they're like, I don't think we really have the authority to make that call, man. Also, like, we don't know where they are. And then the controller then starts listing off their IP addresses, and the Godzilla is in Lake Myojin, and then Rodan is in Washikaza.
Inside of a mountain somehow.
How did he get in it? And also, he gives their locations like he's swatting them.
Yeah, like what Terner said. He reads their IP addresses.
In exchange for all this, they're going to give them their cure for cancer.
The cure for everything.
He straight up is just like, in exchange, we will give you a wonder drug, capable of curing all illnesses and ailments on your planet. And both of them are just like, what?
You have a what?
Hell yeah, brother.
And so the two agree, and they fly away, and then the controller just...
Cute evil laughing. Instantly. This is what I mean. This is what I was talking about earlier. It is literally evil laughter.
It's instantaneous. Like they're like still in eye shot, and he's just like,
makes no goddamn sense. So we get back to Earth, and then the UN converges at the Japanese DIOP building, which I wouldn't be there because considering like Mothra's been there. No, I'm thinking of Heisei. I mean, King Kong was near there. Godzilla's been close to that building like twice now. That place is probably not safe to be around, but whatever.
It's been destroyed, rebuilt, and destroyed so many
It's actually never been destroyed.
Oh, they haven't touched it? I thought they did.
King Kong, like, knocked off some stuff, but, like, that's like...
Cosmetic.
Like, yeah.
That's kind of funny.
So the UN are all like, F it, let's do it. We don't like Godzilla and Rodan anyway. Let's get rid of them.
Dude, it gets rid of 4 birds with 1 stone. Godzilla, Rodan, King Ghidorah, and cancer.
Let's do it, man. Yeah. So, meanwhile, Tetsuo is at the WEC office, and he's like, so, like, I never got paid. What's up with that? And they're like, hold on, let me talk to my boss. And we learned that the boss is like some weird dude in the back, like clearing his thetans or something. He's like under some weird hot lamp or some crap. And he's like, make him go away. Also, I'm evil, and I'm going to burn his invention for some reason.
The only blueprint copy that exists, definitely.
Totally.
Yes.
Yes. It's not like he has some in this house.
So, like, all four of them are at dinner, right? And Glenn says to Fuji that he's dating this Japanese girl.
And Fuji says, not the wrong kind, I hope. The f*** does that mean?
God, what the f***, Fuji?
It's okay. He's allowed to say it.
Oh yeah, like the Mothra movie, he is the astronaut.
Oh my God, that threw me for such a loop when we saw that like a week ago. I was like, what the hell, man?
The only thing that's missing is that like anime thought bubble that pops up with like this girl in like biker gear wearing a mask with like some, I don't know, off-brand haircut or some with a baseball bat.
That sounds hot.
Yeah, it's culturally rebellious.
I still don't really even know what he means by that.
Something racist, probably.
You know, it's the 60s, man. Casual racism.
Yeah.
You know what? We're humans. We're all racist towards each other, no matter what race or species we are.
Yeah, we all are.
Anyway.
Here's the main takeaways from this whole meeting. Glenn and Fuji think that Planet X is low on water because of a weird incident that had up in like a hydrogen oxide plant was destroyed, which is not water. Dihydrogen oxide is. And if I'm wrong about that, science nerds, comment below. It's engagement.
No, I think it is. I think it is hydrogen because it's hydro, water.
Well, there's two hydrogens, so dihydrogen oxide.
But they didn't say monoxide. They just said oxide.
Anyway, so also we learned that Fuji straight up doesn't like Tetsuo and blatantly says, I don't think you're any good for my sister, straight to his face.
Yeah. It's not even passive-aggressive. It's just you.
This is just pure aggression, not passive. Pure aggression. He's trying his best to be a great partner, and he's just like, no.
Is he, though? He seems pretty obsessed with that 100,000.
Well, yeah, anyone would be obsessed if they haven't gotten paid yet.
Yeah, but he doesn't really seem to care about anything but that.
It's called character motivation.
And then Glenn is like, all right, I got a date. Sorry, I was only here for exactly 5 minutes. Bye. And it turns out that he's dating Miss Namikawa from WEC. And Tetsuo learns that WEC was lying to him because earlier he was like, hey, can I talk to Miss Namikawa? I was like, no, she's out of the country. Lying?
Yeah, he like sees them out the window. He's like, you.
Is this when he follows her or not yet?
He starts the idea to follow her right now. That's when he starts doing it.
Okay.
He doesn't actually do it till later.
Then this bizarre, straight up cut that makes no goddamn sense because we see Glenn and Namikawa driving away. The next shot is Glenn and Fuji driving somewhere. The way it's shot, it makes you think that this is the next scene that led from the previous scene, but it's literally the next day because Glenn starts talking about how he's like, you know, it's weird. I went to the house that she took me to, and I think I saw the controller for Planet X in my room, but I was pretending to be asleep or something, and I thought it was a dream. And he said that all the plans or preparations are made, so don't worry about anything. And then Fuji's like straight up like, are you okay?
You good, bro?
Bro, how much did you have to drink last night?
Ah, so I see you had fun then.
God, it's such a weird scene. I cannot think of an elegant way to like rewrite that scene. That scene is just odd.
It's just forced this happened during this time.
So the two of them were like, yeah, let's go investigate that house you went to. But for some reason, the military are already in the area because they were looking for where Godzilla supposedly is. And then they see a bunch of UFO. Like, I love this. Is they're like, halt, no one goes past. Space Authority. Okay. So apparently the Space Authority outranks the JDF.
Yeah.
Yeah. Space is bigger than Earth.
Yep, exactly. So they see a bunch of UFOs just erupt out of a lake, and they're like, the sons of we're here already.
That's suspicious.
This violates at least 2 zoning laws.
This area is not meant for UFO landings.
As the president of the HOA, I need you to move your things.
You know what? Some self-indignant Karen would totally walk up to the planet Xillians and be like, "Excuse me, you're not allowed to park your spacecraft here."
I'm the president of this HOA. You're in my lake. Get out.
As president of Kaiba Corp, I declare this invalid.
So literally the next day, the military, the UN, the press, and even some guy from a church shows up and on the beach, and your controller of Planet X flies down, and he says, "Greetings, we come in peace." And they're at like a table, and Glenn straight up calls him a liar. He didn't even whisper it.
He's standing no less than like 8 feet at maximum away from this guy. And at the volume I'm speaking right now is just like, I don't think he's telling the truth.
Didn't he say it in some kind of idiom, though?
I guess, but like, they straight up heard him.
I remember him saying that, no, he's lying.
Like, whatever he said, it was not subtle.
He said, "Speaks with a forked tongue" or something is what he said.
That's it.
Whatever he said, it's like a group of people around like a folding table, because I guess they just didn't have anything else. And like, everyone's crowded around, and nobody except like whoever's talking at the table is speaking. So, you know, it's kind of obvious when a voice who's not the speaker's fucking pipes up.
Maybe he was hoping he didn't understand the idiom.
He didn't, because he didn't immediately kill him, so.
I guess. And then the head of the WSA, who is Dr. Sakura, which is interesting. That's usually like a girl's name, but whatever. He straight up asks the controller, is like, "I'm glad that you're here to help us with stuff and taking rid of our monsters, but why were you on Earth secretly? Well, that's not cool, man." And I just wanted the controller to just say, literally every country on your Earth spies like that.
You think you're special?
You think you don't?
I watched Spy Family. I know what you're about.
I know of the movie Spy Kids that someone's making in the future.
We have conducted perfect reconnaissance of Earth. We watched the movie Spy Kids that won't be made for another 40 years.
Antonio Banderas is peak.
And they're all... They also ask, like, "Yo, so how are you gonna get Godzilla and Rodan off this planet? Isn't that gonna be really difficult?" It's like, "Nah, man, we got science and shit. We can move whatever we want, wherever we want."
We made kaiju balls.
You know what happens? He literally, again, reads off Godzilla and Rodan's IP addresses, and then he summons his own SWAT saucer to go SWAT them.
And they literally pick him up from the lake. Like he's like in Toy Story where it's the claw. Like he's being chosen. It's like, "Goodbye, my friends." No, what? What's going on?
Wouldn't it be funny if that's not the Godzilla, that's just a Godzilla they found? What?
No, that would explain the dancing that he does.
Oh, there you go. Every time I'm just trying to exist, some Godzilla shows up.
These damn Godzillas.
So these UFOs just split up. They SWAT Rodan and Godzilla, abduct them, and then they're like, "All right, we're gonna go off into space." And we see like Namikawa and Glenn, they're kissing. Which, by the way, this is one of the rare times in all of Godzilla history that you will see anyone kiss.
Wow.
It's really like it's that like odd. That like never happens.
I love how they literally just like abduct them in like clear balls of whatever electricity stasis bullcrap.
Like energy balls or something.
They look so cute.
Yeah, especially we get to see the Godzilla holds his tail while he sleeps.
I love that so much. It's so cute.
He looks like a plushie that you can just cuddle with.
They were trying to make merchandise.
Turn him into a marketable plushie.
That's the main money driver for Tokusatsu, man, was toys.
Oh, I could definitely see like these monsters in the forms they are now in capsules.
I mean, do you know what brought out the Gundam industry? Literally Gunpla. The model kits I build, that's what like saved them too.
You know what? Godzilla and Rodan like balled up like that were the early inspirations for Bakugan.
I thought you were going to say Pokemon, and I was actually going to correct you that it's actually Ultra 7 that is.
He had the preemptive correction ready to go, but little did he know I was ready for his readiness.
Son of a... He knew that I knew that he knew that I know that he knows that I know.
All right, this 1 + 2 + 1 + 2 nonsense needs to end. Let's continue on with the movie.
You got it. So, Glenn, Fuji, and Dr. Sakura, who is the head of the WSA, I don't know why I wrote that. Anyway, so they're invited to come along with the Xillians and witness the operation to defeat Monster Zero and get the cure for cancer. On board the saucer, the controller explains to our protagonist that their technology and society is controlled through computers that can take instructions from their brain waves. And Glenn asks, can you do the same with plants and animals? And the guy's like, indeed we can. You are of an extremely inquisitive mind, astronaut Glenn. And I really want him to say, for that you will die first.
Just shoots him immediately.
You may be a threat to me.
I cannot let this stand.
Which gets me wondering why they chose him in the first place.
Well, because him and Fuji were selected to be the liaisons of Earth to go and supervise and bring back the cure for cancer.
Not that part. The thing later where they
Oh, the very end of the movie where
Yeah, that's later.
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's later.
that part.
Going forward, the controller also explains that their saucers can move 1/10 the speed of light, and they're working towards achieving full light speed. I hope they can solve the time dilation problem, because that really ruins light speed.
Terner also made a really funny comment about that. It's okay, 1/10 of light speed is still pretty damn fast, but how are you going to jump from 1/10 to full light speed? Shouldn't you go in increments?
No, they got it.
Yeah, you're right.
No, they got it. Spaceballs logic.
Yeah.
You go to plaid.
Literally, Spaceballs. They'll use the Spaceballs that they used on Godzilla and Rodan.
There you go.
I actually like this because, the big conclusion of the movie, I'll explain why I think the biggest criticism of this movie actually makes sense, is that the Xillians are more advanced than Earth, but I don't think that they're so advanced that it's not even a contest. I think it makes sense why the Xillians are not just straight up taking over Earth and they're going through all this pomp and circumstance to do something else because they don't think they could win in a straight up fight.
I disagree because I feel like everything that they did, all the sneaky shit, is what caused their downfall.
That's true.
I still believe that they nuked themselves and the planet to oblivion.
I can explain that, but that's an entire tangent. We got time to keep. So, all right. Basically, on Earth, we hear that Namikawa, she's talking to the heads of her company, and they're all like, you have failed. You're letting your emotions get to you when you're talking to Glenn and And I'm like, oh, so they're aliens. Got it.
And then it was at this moment I said, and I knew no woman that pretty cannot be a spy. Listen, I knew it in Nikkei. Red shoes came out. I knew she had to be a spy of some kind. She was corrupt.
He also left he also left out how he cooked himself in that circumstance because fucking Nikki in the background is just like, I'm not a spy. Does that mean I'm not hot? We're all just like, you f***ed yourself, buddy.
You're done, brother. Just take a knee.
I'm sorry, there's nothing you can say. Literally get up, say no word, and just walk away.
No, but then he gets in trouble for not answering the question. There's no winnable situation, man. He's good.
Accept your fate.
I did accept my fate.
It's Dennis's ghost speaking with us now. Thanks for coming from the great beyond to be on the show, buddy.
Goodbye.
So, when they're back on Planet X, the saucers arrive and they deliver Rodan and Godzilla to the surface. Once inside the underground facilities, the controller turns to the three men and tells them, gentlemen, once King Ghidorah reaches 88 kilometers of this place, you're going to see some real shit go down.
88 kilometers.
It's on site. He just sniffs. He's like, smells like kaiju in here.
It is. And it really starts blasting. Like, he's already laying waste to the ground. Godzilla hasn't even had time to wake up. He's like, wait, what where am I? Not this shit again.
Rodan looks like he's coming off of the worst hangover of his life. Like, what the fuck is going on? Where am I?
I mean, they both are. Rodan buried himself in a mountain, Godzilla went for a swim and fell asleep, and suddenly they're in space getting shot by Ghidorah. I'd be pissed too.
What the This isn't Lake Myojin. It's you! You son of a golden I'm gonna kick your ass!
I knew you were behind this, Ghidorah.
Rodan, why are you here? I came to help.
And then he proceeds to do nothing but drop a rock. Godzilla does all the heavy lifting here, man.
Godzilla's throwing hands.
I think the movie makers don't know what to do with Rodan.
No, they don't. Because literally, he has no hands. He just has wings.
No, he fought Godzilla pretty well.
Just have him freaking, supersonic fly into him or something. That'll do something.
I mean, Ghidorah only has wings, too.
Yeah, also Ghidorah, supersonic flies into Godzilla and knocks him flat on his ass. And he's like, ah!
Bro, that's against the rules.
No wing attacks.
No wing attack.
No quick attack.
No, you know what it is, too? It's like Godzilla's throwing hands with Ghidorah, and Rodan's just like, oh god, alright. I'm gonna take this rock.
Guys, look, I'm helping.
Guys, I missed.
And he only throws the rock once Godzilla starts throwing rocks.
It's the equivalent of Dragon Ball Yamcha. Not early Dragon Ball Yamcha, later Dragon Ball Yamcha, where he doesn't do anything.
Dude, nah, I won't tolerate this slander. Dragon Ball and early Dragon Ball Z, the Earthlings had a chance to do stuff. What the do you want Yamcha to do as soon as they get to Namek? He's cooked.
I was on Namek, man. Got real.
I got stabbed. I blowed up.
Piccolo is a alien. Gohan is 3 times stronger than his age bracket. And Krillin is the strongest Earthling, basically. And then you got Goku and Vegeta over here. And then Frieza. No.
I can hear the Asian mom be like, "What, Yamcha? Why you know more like Krillin?"
You know more like
Damn.
Why yo Kamehameha look like
This is why you should be a doctor.
Yo, Gohan, the strongest in the universe, and a doctor. What are you?
A washed-up baseball player?
Godzilla, you motherfucker. Why you no kill King Ghidorah? That was kind of bad.
Oh.
It's okay, I'll allow it.
So the controller is like, yes, we've done it. We have defeated the monster. Today is a glorious day, and where the are Glenn and Fuji?
He turns around and they're gone.
And even the doctor that went with them was like, what the where did they go?
They pulled a Batman and disappeared while they were turning around.
Dr. Sakura was like, I'm sorry, I thought that was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Where the hell did you guys go?
For me, it would be cool unless if it didn't already happen 4 times now, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think in universe that'd still be you're in space on a foreign planet with aliens, and you get to see Godzilla and Rodan throw down with King Ghidorah in space, and you have front row seats to see it, and you don't need to worry about a damn thing. I think that'd be the coolest thing that's ever happened to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you're starting to get into the thing of where we start building things up more and more. It's like, okay, this is now becoming from cool to what the is this ridiculous?
I mean, I get his point because I'm of the opinion that if Dr. Yamane from the very first movie is still kicking around in this universe, he must be standing in his office, just how the did we get here?
Steve Martin from the first movie is just Jesus H. Christ. What? How did we? Why?
There's more than one of them. There are 2 of them.
It's 1965, and the first movie came out in 54. Oh, literally 11 years later, and we've got aliens now. What the happened?
Well, you see, Godzilla is suddenly using tactics against King Ghidorah. He's evolving. He's taking cover, shooting his atomic breath from behind these rocks. There's something in the air going on here.
He's learning as he fights.
Fun fact about that, Godzilla never used his atomic breath in the previous movie on King Ghidorah.
Huh?
No, I thought he did.
No, he didn't. Go back and watch it. He never does.
Really?
I might.
That's weird.
Yeah, in this movie is the first time he did it, and it did nothing. King Ghidorah's like, what was that?
He knew it would do nothing.
That's just my atomic breath.
That's why he didn't use it in the last movie.
Clearly, Godzilla, you don't understand that my durability is star level.
I have 18 toughness.
Damn it.
My AC is higher than yours.
Your strength 12 weapon means nothing against me.
AP1, you need an AP2.
Nah, he used a stratagem. He's got a he subtracts his AP by 1, and Ghidorah's also got golden laurels, so he's got a 2-up, 3-up, and a 4-up feel no pain.
Damn.
Anyway, so we'll wrap up really quickly, so basically what happens is that Glenn and Fuji, they sneak off because they're trying to figure out, like, what the hell are these Xillians up to? And they get cornered by a bunch of people, and they're like, quickly, to the elevator! And they somehow manage to get past everyone.
The slowest chase ever ensues, where, like, they do the classic look down the hallway, there's guys coming, they turn around, there's guys coming from the other direction, they turn the third direction, there's the elevator, they get into the elevator as the guys slowly walk, not run, towards them.
Thank God they're at a T-junction.
Right? The elevator closes just in time to stop the guys who are still walking at a brisk pace, and they're like, oh, how could we have stopped them?
I guess they figured they have nowhere to go because they know their own facilities, so why waste the energy?
Yeah, I guess. Still just looks stupid.
Yeah, and so they go to a room that has, like, the only plant life on planet X that looks dead already, and a ton of gold.
In crystal form, oddly enough.
Yeah, it doesn't grow that way. But, like, earlier on, when they were talking with, like, the leader, he was like, gold is more prevalent on our planet than water. And both of them just, like, shared a look that was like, dude.
Gold means nothing to these people, man. And then they see a woman who looks exactly like Namikawa. And Glenn is like, holy shit, Namikawa, what the did you get here? She's like, get away from me.
She didn't even say anything.
He just looks at him and backs away.
You've given me the ick.
And then a second woman shows up and also looks like Namikawa. And Glenn's like, what the before they all get captured.
Oh, we forgot to mention, after the kaiju fight, Godzilla does that dance. That's when that happens.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, at the end of the fight.
Yeah, he does the Shie dance. In Godzilla for the PS4, or whatever that game was, one of the older Godzillas has that as a special move where he just starts doing that jump forward to attack things. It's really funny. I'll put a clip of that in the podcast so that people can see that. That shit is hysterical, and the people who made that game loved Godzilla. They just couldn't think of anything else other than Godzilla's approach to the generator. But they put a lot of love into other things.
I was surprised to see Godzilla just yeet himself in Ghidorah like that.
Oh, yeah. Jumps like a praying mantis or some shit.
Yeah!
I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
So after they get captured, the controller is furious at them
Oh, yeah.
for walking away. But basically says that, okay, you guys have immunity to this. Fine, I guess we can forgive you.
You guys are yes.
You're our little pog champ. Come here.
Shut up, damn it. I love what Glenn says. It's like, why do all the women here look the same? And I wanted the controller so badly to say, I think that's kind of racist, Mr. Glenn.
The controller then gives them the tape for the cure for cancer and everything. And for some reason, they rebuilt the same rocket that they used to fly home.
Considering what happens later, why did they do that?
I don't know, to seem more
The
friendly
flex.
or something. But, like, they straight up like make a big deal out of it. It's just like, we have rebuilt a model of your exact rocket for you to return home in. Yo, this is kind of cool. It's not only cool, Mr. Glenn, it's better in every way. We're better than you. And we're going to take over your planet. What was that last part?
Nothing.
Nothing.
We want your cookies.
Oh, and on the way, they feel bad for leaving Godzilla and Rodan. But you could see but you could see on the screen, and I pointed it out, why does it look like Godzilla is trying to get to the humans, like, hey, something's right here. Guys, come back. They're f***ing lying. Wait, they're lying to us. Help.
When we were watching the movie for the first time, Dom was like, oh no, they're approaching.
They just stare at the rocket taking off. Like, they don't try to attack it at all. They just look at it like, are you guys really leaving us here? Y'all are...
Dude, it's the perfect scene for another one of those sad animal commercials. Zoom in on Godzilla's face. He's like, what are you doing?
Adopt a kaiju today.
Adopt a kaiju. Please call 999-5829 today. Otherwise, we'll have to put this poor kaiju down.
Look at Rodan. He's not even moving. He's just pure betrayal.
He huffed some of that good Planet X weed.
Rodan will remember this.
All unadopted kaijus will be promptly sent to Planet X.
So, you know what's funny, though, is just, like, the fact that anyone has any sympathy for Godzilla in this universe, because the first Godzilla's dead. This Godzilla was the Godzilla from Raids Again, King Kong, versus Mothra, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, and now. This mofo is responsible for almost 1 million people dying.
God, should be executed for Raids Again alone.
He should.
Yeah, there you go.
I think Raids Again was his highest kill count. That was, like, the most, like, brutal he was. Like, he gets less brutal over time, but, like, he was, like, that city was destroyed.
Kill count?
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess he did kill a lot of people. Yeah.
Actually, no, he killed one thing in real life. Me. That movie.
No, it's like in every video game where, like, you fight the boss and then you give him the rousing hero speech and then he's part of your party and you're just like, what? No! You literally killed, like, so many people. Dude, he's one of the gang now.
Talk no jutsu.
Talk no jutsu. He's gang now. All right, bet.
That's the same. I bring it up all the time. It's the same issue with Darth Vader. It's like, okay, cool. We want to redeem Darth Vader, but we really don't want to deal with him trying to make up for what he did. So you know what? It's a lot easier if he just dies.
I've seen a small subset of people talk about Star Wars. It's like, dude, I know, like, familial connection and Luke is, like, a perfect Jedi and everything, but, like, really? You see the good in Darth Vader? Excuse you? The guy who stood there and let Alderaan blow up?
Do you know how many planets he's destroyed?
And who killed children?
And you're talking about the same monster that can slaughter entire squadrons of your fellow comrades calmly, effortlessly, like he's a droid, and has fun with it. Anyone who tells me Vader doesn't have fun with what he's doing, bullshit. But look at Star Wars Rebels when he fights Kanan and Ezra, and tell me not he's playing with them and having fun with it.
Same series. Remember when they were in the Sith temple and motherfucker decided that he's gonna control a TIE fighter through the Force, but there's no wind down there and his cape is billowing. That asshole is using the Force to Orifor.
Have you seen the end of Rogue One?
Yes, that's what. Oh yeah, that's right.
He could have killed everyone with just one Force movement if he really wanted to, but he decided to take his time because he was bored.
He knew he was looking badass as hell walking down that hallway.
No, proceeds to further Oriform at the end. They're in space at this point because they're beyond the planet. His cape is billowing majestically. Don't get me wrong, I love Vader. But you are having fun with it. Bullshit,
Okay,
you're
I
not.
think it's time to end this tangent. I totally agree with you, but this is it. We're not talking about Star Wars here.
Godzilla, I'd rather be watching Star Wars.
This is my journey, and yes, I want to do Star Wars at some point. Anyway, but this is my journey, and this is the only way I know I could get you guys to watch all of Godzilla.
So the whole you didn't even care about the podcast to begin with. You just wanted someone to watch Godzilla with you.
I did.
It was a trick.
Anyway, so Glenn, Fuji, Dr. Sakura, they have the pizza, or excuse me, the cure for cancer inside their pizza box, and they're on their way home. King Ghidorah is f***ed off, never to be seen again, and the Xillians have kept their end of the bargain, and the movie is... Wait a minute, wait. Are we at the halfway point of this movie?
Why do we still have 40 minutes left?
No, we are past the halfway point.
Oh, no.
That's why I said kind of.
Interesting. That doesn't make any sense, because the movie's over. They defeated King King Ghidorah, and now they have the cure for cancer. So
attention, citizens of planet Earth. We, the Xillians, are now taking over your planet. Well,
You mother cuts to black sequel time.
Basically. But no, you know what's really weird about it? What they give them is like a literal tape that's like compatible with a modern tape recorder or player. So they bring it back to like the UN, they put it into the tape recorder, and they play it, and at first it doesn't work. So they're like, try again. He takes it out, blows on it, puts it back in, and then it works. And then it like after a couple seconds, it's like, all Earthlings are to surrender immediately or we're going to blow you up. And everyone's like, this isn't the cure for cancer.
It looks like it's made out of like pure gold too.
Yeah, it's like made out of cheese or something.
my favorite part, I had like 2 jokes I wanted to do. I wanted it to be like, citizens of Earth. Do 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 do. And the other one was, attention, people of Earth. The game.
No!
That is all.
that is all.
Also, all the viewers / listeners just lost the game.
Yeah, sorry, guys. You probably, honestly, odds are all of you have been on it for like maybe 5 or 6 years streak of not thinking of the game.
We're not sorry.
I hate you guys.
But you know what? I think that's where we're going to end today. It's a nice, perfect time. I was hoping we could do this in one episode, but I love Godzilla a lot, so I guess that's just impossible for us. But that's fine. I love making content and What are you guys' thoughts so far? Really quick. Anyone?
My headache is growing.
I was intrigued the whole time because all the space even though it was all bullshit, but it's better than just people on the ground talking about romance and my factory and this cannery bullshit.
That's a deep cut. That's all the way back to movie
Yeah.
2.
It's okay so far. Like, I'm not enthralled, and also just the sound effects are very grating on the ears already,
God.
but like, I'm not offended.
I am offended. You may not be offended. I am offended.
That was a perfect cartoon jump cut where, like, in the talking head interviews, like in The Office, I'm not really offended by it. I'm offended.
I'm offended by it.
I'm not going to start or I'm not going to stop, though.
I don't know. I'm a little different than you guys. I grew up with movies exactly of this quality, and like I was always like, the beast that attacks from planet V, I gotta see that and I'm like enthralled the entire time. I guess I have that specific ADHD for that stuff.
I mean, you also watched it as a kid, so I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, and you just liked it.
I do.
Now we're all a bunch of boring, rational adults.
Well, the thing is that even to this day, I've been watching some random like movies of this era, and like I still love this even if it's not Godzilla. So I don't know. Everything you guys say I agree with is just I just like it.
Yeah.
This is my
Yeah.
I gotta say, the lack of action is making this a real slog to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'm fine with that. I guess when you want a movie that has no action, you need to have a really gripping narrative, and that's what -1 really excels at. And they're making they announced it near the end of this year is going to be -0. So I am so effing excited for that, and that might be the only Godzilla movie we do that's out of order.
Yeah.
Gotta farm that sweet, sweet karma.
Yeah, honestly, we need to do -1 leading up to it, and then we do, -0.
And then -3.
No, that's never been a good joke.
It'll be a reverse trilogy.
It's funny to me.
Movie needs more music.
Okay. I'm not the only one that saw about it. This music is quiet. Absurdly quiet.
Like, I feel like a lot of the talking scenes would be so much more engaging with music.
There is music playing throughout most of this movie, but you are right. It's very unnoticeable.
We got a theremin. We got another theremin. And here we have, we have more theremin.
It was so unnoticeable until we brought it up just now. I actually didn't notice the music in a lot of the talking scenes, I'm going to be honest.
All right. Well, I think that's time we wrap up. Look forward to this. If you're hearing this as audio only, we're going to be following up with a video version with enhanced visuals. It's going to be better than Avatar 3.
Wait.
The Firebenders.
Firebenders? Wait, though, Turner, I have one more thing.
Yeah.
Viewers, the cuss word of today is
Interesting. All right. Well,
Garrett probably has to bleep that.
that's enough for today, everyone. I hope you guys all had fun and look forward to part 2. We're going to be doing that soon. All right. See you later, everyone.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Bye.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Thank you. Join our Patreon.
Join our Patreon. Give us your money.